better get out of here, honky.
And now for something completely different.
I got moves, man.
Well, two honks and Kim just messing around. You'll never know what they talk about on two honks. Two honks and Kevin. You might hear something about the NBA. Maybe they'll just make your day on two honks and Kevin. It's sports and life and family too. Let's all listen to two honks and a Kevin. Yeehaw! Just crap my pants.
All right. It is October 13th. Oof. Man, time's flying by.
It is.
All right.
It is.
What's up, Kevin?
Hold up.
Not much, man. Mid-October. It's Fat Boy season, bro. You get your sweatshirts and your shorts out.
Get those flannels on.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, we had getting a little bit chillier around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the furnace guy out today just to do a bi-yearly checkup before it starts getting cold. So
winter is coming.
That's right. Whether we want to or not, it's on its way. And
I'm not looking forward to it.
Seeing those heat bills are going to go up.
I know. I need that good grace period, man. Are you guys one of those people that'll string it out? Like, I will string it out until it's just frozen in the house.
I know. Like maybe we should just try and use the chimney for a while this year.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah, man.
Get those space heaters out.
That's right. Like,
get those space heaters out.
So what do you think the price? So what do you think the price difference is for you guys? I honestly don't know. Like from the summer to the winter when it comes to the air conditioner. Oh, the heater, I guess.
It's break season for me. Like it's the same price.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Yeah, you could tell the ebbs and flows in between seasons. Like when it's spring, like it drops, and then in the fall it kind of drops again. But during those harsh months, it's
right.
Yeah. Right. Definitely over like $200 a month.
That's about what we spend too. Yeah.
Really? That's crazy, man. Life is expensive.
Life is expensive, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay alive.
Well, that's actually exactly what I was getting ready to say. Right before we got on air, my boy Kevin, is that you? Is that you that sent it? Yeah. Kevin said,
"Start out here, man."
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I shouldn't laugh. It says news, and who knows if this is true? My God, it's on World Star. Here we go.
It's true.
Probably the truest.
It says, yeah, it's my truest thing I've read all day or all week. It says news: 5 people killed in a bow and arrow attack in Norway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about this. What's the worst way of going out? What's the worst way to die?
I mean, I would think that'd be kind of like harsh. The way to die is just like somebody shoots you with a bow and arrow, and you like, bro, this is like in my chest, and you like looking at it, and it's like, hey, I can't even pull this thing. Like, I'm just gonna make this whole situation worse. To back up,
you wouldn't know what to do. That's actually pretty funny. Like, go ahead.
To back up and go on your situation, it's like, how do you have is this is considered a mass shooting, right?
Yeah.
So how do you find? How does and I don't know if it was one person, right? How does one person pluck off 5 people with a bow and arrow
Hold on. Richard's got facts.
It is one person. They have not been questioned yet. The suspect moved across a large area in the course of the attack and was apprehended at 6:47 p.m. local time.
I wonder if he was just hiding and just picking people off. Could you imagine?
It was Link.
Too much Hunger Games watching.
Legend of Zelda was Link.
Yeah, I mean, just think about that. Think about just getting hit.
You can't even do that in a video game, dude. You can't even do that in a video game.
I mean, seriously, you're just chilling, right? And you just get this arrow just stuck in you. And like you said, Kevin, what do you do? Do you pull it out? Do you just go
yeah, what do I do with this? It's like a big ass splinter. Like, what? I need some help. Like, what do I do with this? Like, I can't. I know for a fact your average person is gonna be like, dude, I know I can't pull this out. You know,
Yeah.
I know I can't pull
Yeah.
this out.
Yeah, what
So
kind
what
of damage
do I
am I
do?
gonna do? Yeah. So would you rather get hit with a bow or would you rather get shot with a bullet?
I'd rather get shot
If you survive it.
I'm gonna go faster.
But
Regardless,
if
regardless,
but-
I want the bullet.
really?
Yeah, because
Even if you
I
survive
have.
it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, how much damage are you gonna get when they pull that bad boy out? That's the thing.
I don't know. I guess it probably depends on where it is.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
depends
that
on
is
the
true.
bullet and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I would agree with Kevin though. I would say a bullet. If it's gonna go in and out, yeah, I'd say a bullet.
Yeah. Yeah. Having a knife kind of thrown at you kind of sounds a little sketch. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to feel that pain from either one. That's for sure.
I would love to learn this dude's backstory. Like, what was you doing before? Were you
Hunting?
like, hey, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how did you get this good? Like, you're just, man.
He got sick. Yeah, he got sick of killing Bambi, and he was like, "It'd be more fun to take it out on a person."
As fucking Legolas out there in Norway, just picking off people. It's 5 in a row.
God.
That's
Phew.
there's not really much information on here about it. Like they haven't really questioned him, and
What up, Amy?
You ready to tell your story?
No, I can't hear anything.
Where you go?
I'm not putting it
Hold on,
in the head.
Too late.
I don't want
Too
it
late.
on
Too
headphones.
You got to.
Why?
Dude.
Just put it on your thing.
All right. Let me see if I know how to work my thing.
Oh my god.
I'm about to straight pull a blank and be.
apparently the
I was
police
I was
there
getting ready to
don't have
I'll
guns.
do it.
I guess
You
they had to
don't
arm
know
them.
what you're doing.
Dang, she
iPhone,
immediately
dude.
trashing my boy.
She yeah. I'm trying to cover it up by talking.
All right.
Trying
Can you
to
hear her?
cover up all the hate in the background.
Well, the domestic abuse that goes on in Kevin's house.
Just unplug your headphone, Kevin. What up, Amy? She can't hear us. Can you hear us, Amy?
No.
Oh God, she's in love.
Whoa.
Oh, you said.
terrible.
Oh, this is fantastic.
That sounds terrible.
You might as well be eating chips.
It's sunflower seeds.
Don't put your dirty ass headphones in my
All you have to do is just do it.
Can you hear us? Kevin?
Default.
God, you acting like me right now, bro.
Yeah.
Got that. He got that
Oh, he turned it off.
He had that dumb Blake Derringer look on his face. Like, I don't know. I do this every week. What's going on? Getting all flustered.
Ah, poor guy.
Amy's got stories. I mean, come on.
Just wants to share a moment with his wife.
I know. He just immediately starts getting yelled at. I can't imagine. As soon as he wakes up in the morning, he's probably just like, all right, what's next?
What I do now.
Did he just come back
He
in?
just starts turning the door handle when he gets into the house. And it's like, fuck, what's it gonna be?
Oh crap! There he is.
All right, I'm good. I sent her the link to do it from her phone, so when she comes in, she'll tell her story. That's pretty funny.
Cool.
She's gonna do it from her phone. You said?
Yes.
Oh, what's she gonna do? Like come in on our stream or what?
Yeah, I sent her the stream link.
Oh, nice. What the quickness? I don't know how to do that.
Man, it's on Discord. All you have to do is copy it.
Well, I know, but
What's wrong with you,
send it.
man?
Dude, lots of things.
What's wrong with you,
Lots of
bro?
things. So, what's this
I do-
story about?
It's a parent story.
Oh, nice. I love parent
Yeah,
stories.
so you know, we're dealing with older folks now, so we're getting a lot of good parent stories here lately.
Oh, good. I'm excited.
Like a
We
parent
can talk about
story,
something else.
another parent, or a parent story as in you being a parent.
No, as in her parents.
Oh, her parents. Gotcha.
Yeah, her parents.
Gotcha.
Oh, like family drama or what?
Yeah,
Oh,
family drama. It's funny though. It's funny.
oh, that's good.
Gotcha.
We like funny family drama. Dude, my
Yeah.
family's a mess. My family's a mess right now, man. I've got my cousin Derek. His wife has been in the hospital.
She said to tell Richard to send the link.
Didn't you send
because
them?
I'm stupid. Yeah, I sent the same link that you're gonna send.
Okay. I got it.
All right, go ahead, Blake.
Oh, yeah, man. My cousin Derek, his wife has been having tremors, I believe is what it's called, like where you get the shakes real bad and like brain fog. She's been in the hospital for like 13 days now, going through all types of studies, like zooming with some of the smartest doctors in the world, trying to figure out what's going on with her. My
And they
brother-in-law,
don't have a clue.
they're trying to still figure it out. Like every day, they think that she's about to get better, and then she doesn't.
No.
And then my brother-in-law got COVID, and he's been fighting that. And then my other cousin in California was in the hospital for some other crap. So yeah, dude, we're getting hit hard. What up, Amy?
Hey, you should get your
Here.
COVID shot.
Or not.
Just saying.
Or
If you
not.
if you don't want it, you should get your shot, and then you won't have that problem.
I could still get it. You didn't even hear what I was talking about. I don't have COVID, but one of my family members did. Yeah. Or I could get the shot and still get it, or I could just get COVID and have the antibodies and be cool. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Or you could get
Just
COVID
saying.
and die.
He goes with science. Let's go with what your story.
Or no, that's not. Oh, we can go down this road if we want to, because it is proven that
Every
the
time we go down
antibodies.
this road, you get hurt. And so I don't
No,
know.
I don't.
Tell me your story, please.
And
It
I'm
is
way
safer
meaner than
to have the
I'm
antibodies. Period.
I'm way meaner than Richard and Kevin, so we probably shouldn't talk about it.
That's okay. You guys are the problems.
Introducing my beautiful wife, Amy. That had a great story from this past weekend.
Okay,
Please.
you don't call me beautiful any other time.
I'm just trying not to be made fun of on here.
Too late.
Yeah, usually I should.
All right, what
make
you got,
that.
Amy?
So I went with my mom and dad, who, I mean, Blake, you know them. Richard, you've met my parents before, haven't you?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, they're a little different, but I went with them to a Heartland Film Festival movie called Spencer about Princess Diana.
Mm.
Have
Okay.
you guys heard about it?
Mm-hmm.
It has
Uh-uh.
Kristen Stewart in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, but
So you hold on. You said you went to it like at a movie theater or what?
yep, at the
Okay.
IMA.
Okay.
So it was just me, my mom, and dad. They got there before me. So when I walked into the theater, there was a seat right between them for me. I was like, great. So I sat down, they start the movie, and like my mom, like the first 5 minutes was like, what did they say? And so I told her. And then not 5 minutes later, my dad's like, what did they say? What happened? So I had to explain it to him.
No subtitles, right?
Yeah, no subtitles. They just could not, and there was a lot of people in there. Everybody was quiet but my parents. So then there's a scene that comes up, and Princess Diana basically was getting pissed because all of her servants were talking about her behind her back. And so the servant comes in before dinner and is getting her dressed, and Princess Diana says, okay, you can leave me now. And the person was like, I think I should stay. And she was like, no, I'm going to masturbate. So go tell everybody that. And my parents both were like, wait, what did she say? And I'm like, I told my mom first. I'm like, she said masturbate, Mom. And my mom kind of was like, oh. And then my dad's like, wait, what did she say, Amy? And I was like, masturbate, Dad. And he was like, what? What did she say? And I was like, masturbate. He was like, what? I still can't hear you. I'm like, masturbate. He said masturbate, Dad. The whole freaking audience probably is like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm never going to a movie with my parents again, ever.
Isn't it funny though that like even though you get older, like when you hear certain things like in front of your parents, it's still like embarrassing and like, oh geez, isn't that funny?
Yes. Horrible.
That's funny. So
This
could they just
reminded
not
me
hear
of-
the movie or what?
What?
Could they just not hear the movie? I mean, is that what they were asking you what they were saying, or could they just not understand it?
Yeah, I think one, it went, some of the talking was really fast and they were like doing their British accents.
I
So
got you.
some of it was kind of hard to understand at points, and that went like the way they talked was really fast.
Yeah.
So, and they're
They needed
old.
it. They needed a dub over like
Yeah.
Yes, hey, they
Squid
need to watch,
Game.
they need to watch
Oh
Squid
yeah,
Game.
I heard about that.
It's the worst, dude. I made it through that series, but God, it was killing me, man. That the annoying girl that I told you all should have died in the second episode. When she went to the when she was like in the bathroom and she was trying to distract the guard or whatever. The stuff they had her saying, the dub over in English was killing me. It was so bad, man.
I couldn't even watch it. I was like, I can't watch this.
I watch it with subtitles. I can't do the dubs. They bother me.
Yeah. I was kind of more listening than why. I always had it kind of up, on my phone or whatever while I was at work or whatever. So it wasn't like I was glued on it. So I had to, hear him talk or whatever. But yeah, it was pretty bad, but pretty good series, I guess.
Amy, your story reminded me of something about Mary when the guy's like, he was masturbating. So every time I hear it,
So bad.
Yeah. That's a funny movie. I forgot about that.
Yeah, as soon as I got out of the movie, I got in my car and I called Kevin. I was like, "Oh my god!"
And this was the night that the Wilder fight was going on, and it was like prelims. Like I literally had Amy tell me that story twice because I was just straight dying.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I appreciate you sharing that.
No problem.
Thanks for jumping on the pod.
Yeah, bye.
Hey, hold on. How's your dad feeling? Is he doing okay?
Yeah, I mean, he's all right. He has his bad days and his good days. So
yeah. What is it? What's taking his health? I know Kevin kind of alluded to it, but
it's called Lewy bodies.
Lewy bodies?
Mm-hmm. It's like Parkinson's, but worse.
Oh man, well, that's a bummer. So, that's hard. Yep. How old is he?
73, right, Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, bummer. Is it what's like, if you don't mind me asking, like what's it doing to him? Like is it memory? Like is it memory or
some memory and just slowing down? Like I don't know if you remember my dad in high school. I mean, he did the Colts, the painting, the baseball, the softball.
Yeah.
I mean, he never stopped. So it slowed him down tremendously. But I mean, he has his really, like today he was fine. I mean, I think he was good tonight.
Yep. Saw the puppy, was engaged in the puppy. I feel like it's one of those things that the less he does, he's just bored, and that's the worst day. But when he's actually doing what he wants to do and engaged and keep moving, like the boxing classes, the bike, and watching sports, talking about sports, good conversations. Like, and he's a people person. So, like, if somebody recognizes Steve, that is like full throttle Steve. Like, he's gonna love and eat that up. That's the biggest ego stroke ever.
That's cool.
Right.
I can relate to that. That's kind of fun.
Yeah. So when he's in his element, I feel like his favorite thing is to like go and watch Olivia play volleyball or something like that, where he's around a lot of people. They're cheering, they're talking, and there's people that know him from the past. This is like I always quote it as Southside Catholics. Like he knows everybody, dude. Right. It don't matter. Like every place that he goes, he finds somebody. So it's when he's active, doing stuff he wants to do, you're gonna have the best days. Just when he slows down and not doing anything, that's when you're seeing the worst days.
Yeah, I think that's for a lot of people. When you stop and you just sit at home, you don't keep your mind busy, you don't stay active, you don't do stuff. That's it. It never seems to be good. You got to try to find a way to stay active and be around people.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Hopefully, well, good. Hopefully, he gets to feeling better or whatever. I know it's tough.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. He's doing all right. So.
Yeah.
Well, bye, guys. It was good to see you.
Thank you.
Richard, I miss you as my IT person.
I'm sorry.
I did recommend you for. I recommended you to help someone with something for IT. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
They were like, "Oh, I was thinking about calling Richard." I was like, "Oh my God, Richard's gonna murder me."
Yep, probably.
Regardless.
I ain't got time. I got a Netflix special to watch.
That's right.
All right, bye.
See ya.
Later. All right.
All right,
Speaking of
all right.
Squid Game,
Yep, go for
you
it.
guys both watched the Marvels episode, right?
Yeah, I just finished episode 7, the one where they had to cross the bridge.
The glass?
I just finished that one. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
glass.
So I think Blake, he has one more episode left, right?
Yeah. I
I'm
think it's
done.
3 episodes.
If Richard's on
Oh,
7,
Richard-
he's got 8
He's
and
got
9.
one more. Yeah, he's got 2 more. So so everybody knows about if you're unless you're living under a rock, everybody knows about the Squid Game right now, right? I wanted to wait until you guys got to the Marvel episode because I feel like that episode was so good, and it was like, okay, so spoiler alert, we're gonna talk about what happens in the episode, right? Richard
Yeah.
kind of alluded to it earlier. It was, and I've seen a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows. There's a character called Ali on here, and he's quoted the nice guy, right?
The Pakistan guy.
Yeah, that was the worst I've ever seen of somebody dying off in a movie, TV show for me personally, ever. Because from jump, if you're watching the show, you know what's going to happen. You know he's going to get completely screwed over. It was legit the worst for me, and so I was watching it with my daughter Olivia. I actually, after he pulls and opens the bag,
Mhm.
I actually pause it, and I was like, "This is why I tell you to stop being nice to everybody." There's people, like, I'm serious. Like, I told you the life lessons in this. Like, there are people that would do anything if it's about them to screw you over. And and that's how I took it. Like, it was one of the worst kill-offs I've ever seen in a movie or TV show.
Yeah, I mean, you knew he was going to die because loyalty, right?
Yeah,
He had a pretty good sense of loyalty to that,
to the whole team.
and yeah, it's kind of like what I try to teach my kid, and even try to talk to my wife about sometimes. Is like, when push comes to shove, you have no friends. Like, it's not like, you have to be careful with what you share. Like, if you have something in your mind that if ever it got out, if you share it with one person, you've just shared it with everybody. Like, you have to learn that there's it's just a fact of life. It's just is like, look, you can choose to live this way or that way, but at the same time, you need to watch your back and make sure that the people you're talking to are worth that kind of attention. So yeah, I mean, that's, and that whole episode was like, even the main character was like a scumbag on that episode when he took advantage of that dude's dementia, or he thought he was taking advantage of that dude's dementia, right?
Right. So if the audience hasn't seen it, they basically put you with your best friend in the show, right? All of them were partnered. All of them were partnered with the people that they were closest with, and
Right.
that's who they had to turn on. Go ahead, Blake.
Well, at the beginning of the game, they said grab a partner. So everyone grabbed the partner that they were closest to or had, a bond with or whatever. Well, then the game is who you play a marble game, and whoever ends up with all the marbles is the winner. Therefore, the other person's the loser. Therefore, the person dies. So, you watch this struggle between friends of putting in this situation to where, obviously the object of the show is to keep surviving each game. And if you do, you get all this money in the end, right? Or get your debt free or whatever. That's kind of, basically what was happening. So you find all these situations where, some people played a game twice because the guy was like, convincing the other person to, try to get the marbles back. It just kind of show there's no loyalty, I guess, when it comes to your life, when it's life and death. I mean, it's like for each person that seemed to do a scumbag thing, you also can understand, like, this is his life. He's trying to survive, so
they're trying to save themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I watched the end today, and there's part of me that feels like I need to go back and watch a few episodes or whatever to really kind of grasp, the whole message or whatever. But, I guess I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but
don't spoil it for Richard. He's not done yet.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, even you talking about Ali dying, like I'm like, okay, which one was Ali? And like I'm trying to remember what situation you're talking about.
It was the Pakistan that had the wife and the kid.
And then what he had no thumb, right?
Yeah, he was missing 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he lost the marble.
He got paired with the smart guy. Remember, the smart guy was telling them, "Hey, we'll work together. We'll get out of this together." Right? Remember that?
And he had to turn his back to him. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah. It was pretty good show. I honestly I was kind of ready for it to be over with. Like I actually watched the last 2 episodes in the half speed or whatever. I was like, okay.
So I will say that too. Like after this episode, so after that Marvel's episode, I was also ready to see the ending. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm like, all right, cut the crap. What's up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I feel like the next couple are fillers. You get what I'm saying? And then the ending.
I just feel
I'm there with you.
I feel like it, and I'm sure it's hard for the editors to really, paint a story and, X amount of episodes, but that's my thing. Sometimes I'm like, just give me like 5 episodes. Like the 8, 9, 10, 15, it's just like, it's too much. It's too much of a commitment, man. Like, because especially once you're halfway through, you're like, well, I feel like I got to finish it. Like the wife and I have been doing that Manifest show or whatever. I was over it like 5 episodes ago, but I'm like, well, I got to finish it. It's like I got to see what happens. So, but
pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I think it said 111 million people have watched it.
It's massive.
Yeah,
isn't it? I think I heard that it's the biggest watched.
Yep.
Netflix series ever, right?
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not even from our country,
I know. Well, and that's the thing I was wanting to know too, is like the context of it. Like, obviously they're dubbing it over and they're just saying like, whatever they're saying. And I almost wonder how accurate it was to the Korean version.
Watch the subtitles. The subtitles are different than the dubs.
Oh, really? Okay.
There's totally different dialogue. They say things in the subtitles that they do not say in the dubs.
Oh, the dubs are just
there are
so
words
Americanized.
in the subtitles that are
not.
Oh
my God! It's
it's almost like a completely. There are different. There's different context. Like I think one of it is like when the gangster and the girl were talking to each other and they were calling each other old man and old woman or something. Like that.
Yeah.
The subtitles, it was totally different. Like they were calling each other like babe and other things. Like they were calling each other like terms of endearment.
Right.
So it was just like things like that. It was just weird. And then also there was like there were curse words in the subtitles, but they weren't in the dubs. Like there was stronger language in the subtitles.
Really? That like for the most part, besides the obvious killing, it's kind of clean.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like there wasn't a whole lot of cussing or whatever. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of death in it, but it's that's what it's about. It's it's showing you what people will do for money, basically, or to be debt free or whatnot.
Right.
I think like if the subtitles had like an Korean accent or something, it would have helped tremendously.
I think on the chick that we're talking about, the dub made her more annoying.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't
do
it.
She
like
probably
it was
is one.
Hurting my
she's
ears.
Probably one of the most annoying characters on anything that I've watched ever of all time. Like seriously,
that's the thing that you miss from dubs is you miss the intended dialect. Like even if you're listening to a foreign language, you're still hearing the intended dialect, but with the subs, you're kind of reading along, but hearing the intent of the words and how they should be spoke. That's why I don't really do the dubs because it's just you don't get the same effect.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like I said, the dubbing kind of annoyed me, but it is what it is.
I can see that.
Yeah.
It is funny how like I literally just was on TikTok one day, scroll through, see this movie and stuff like that, and then like everybody's watching it in America.
Yeah. It's crazy how stuff just blows up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Let's transition to the. I know, dude, we text so much this week. I felt like there were so many topics.
We've had some deep conversations this week.
Oh my God, and I hate it because it's so hard to get off what you're trying to say or whatever through text message, trying to whatever. But let's talk about the John Gruden situation. That was kind of a hot topic there for a minute. For those that don't know, he's at Jacksonville, is that right? No, Raiders. He's the Raiders head coach.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Las Vegas Raiders. Football.
What's that?
You watch no football.
What did I say? It's the Raiders, right?
You said Jacksonville, man.
That's Urban Meyer. And he got
right. Too, so. Yeah, there you go. I mean, we can talk
Urban
about
Meyer's getting in trouble too. Yeah,
there you go. Basically, NFL coach. They found some emails from 10 years. At one point, I heard 10 years. Another point, I heard 7 years.
Up to 2018, the email transaction.
2018.
2011, 2018.
Okay. Basically, called another black man, made fun of his big lips in one of the messages. I think that was the first message
that was the alert. Yeah.
Right. And I think we all kind of came to his defense on that one. I don't know, Kevin. I don't know if you consider.
Yeah, because I I kept telling you guys, dude, I don't know what the context is behind that. Go ahead and finish, and I'll get more into it.
Well, I mean, my first initial reaction, of course, they're trying to hit him for being racist because he said a black guy had big lips, which I'm sorry, that's the part of racism I can't stand. It's like, if you make fun of a white guy for having big lips, it's not racism. But, I understand stereotypes and all that, but, whatever, right? Like, to me, racism is like legitimately not liking someone because of their color, not because you say they have a big lips or big butt or whatever, that's where I just, to me, I just think, we kind of get silly. So, but then there was, other emails that came out about him calling a player that is gay, calling him a faggot, which when I read that though, I thought he was calling Roger Goodell a faggot.
No, he called Roger Goodell a faggot, but then he was talking about the gay football player, right? How he doesn't need to be in the locker room and stuff like alluding to that.
Okay. Yeah, he did say that. You were right, Blake. He called, what was it, Sam, whatever his name is, a queer?
Yeah, I can't even remember that dude's name.
Yeah.
Michael Sam or something like that?
Michael Sam, yep.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah, he called Goodell like a pussy faggot or something. I don't whatever.
Right.
Like this is something you would say to like, I don't know. in a heated argument between two dudes.
Right.
But like, why would you put an email ding dong?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, and we've kind of alluded to it and probably got some of our points out through text, but, I think there's the part of me that just says, hey, this is guys being guys. When we're being guys, we probably say stuff we shouldn't mean. Locker room talk. We've heard that for years, especially football players. Like, we're wild. They're wild, crazy people. They get hit in the head for a living, for crying out loud. Like, you're not going to go to a football field and expect to hear people talk like they would at church or something, right? Like you're going to hear some vulgarity. You're going to hear some man talk. You're going to hear some pervertedness, whatever. So there's the part of me that just says like, okay, and especially when it's 10 years ago, like if he released those emails now, calling people that and just being, insensitive with the words that he was using, I would be a whole lot more like understanding, right? But I'm also a very forgiving person. I'm also like dude, that was 10 years ago. Like people change. Let's judge him on his actions now, not 10 years ago, because people change. I've changed. I think I even said it in my text. It's like, I've said some stupid shit. I've had stupid thoughts because I got
screenshots of it.
Hey, man.
We got a database.
I thought we were boys. Is this what you guys do every week?
This is how it happens, bro. This is how it happens.
This is our Squid Game.
Yeah. You all try to get me pissed off every week to where I just text the dumbest stuff, and then y'all
So, like,
screenshot it.
look at
That's
this,
all
what
right.
this dude said.
yeah. So I don't want to talk too much more about it, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what your guys' opinions are. I mean, can you chalk it up as like that was years ago? Like, what are we doing? Or is this valid?
My rebuttal to the years ago thing is, all right, that was years ago. So who says that he hasn't got worse with his thoughts? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if you haven't found anything in the last 8 years or however long it's been, then maybe that's, you know what I'm saying?
The start of this is because they're investigating the Washington football team, right? Because they've done some shady stuff, and so they're going through all their stuff, right? And they're flipping over everything, right? So when the John Gruden stuff came out, I'm like, dude, I don't know what to think of this because I don't know what context this has, right? And we still absolutely don't know. But this is the whole point to me. Dude, there's somebody on the other side of this email. So are you asking my opinion? Are they asking his opinion? Or is he's just randomly sending stuff to, like, I'm just randomly sending stuff to Richard and, like, Blake is an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what context
Richard,
the whole thing is. You get what I'm saying? But what I do know in a professional setting, you cannot have that stuff go on. You can't.
Yeah.
Like, saying it is one thing. That stuff is in ink.
Right.
That's why it can't go on, and it would be a total distraction because everybody's gonna be like, "Well, is he racist? Is he not racist? What does he think? What does that?" This is a leader of men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why if there's one person in that locker room that feels uncomfortable, then all of them should be uncomfortable. The thing that I don't like about it, like, I heard people like Keyshawn and a couple other people that was like, this dude is a bad guy. He's always been a bad guy. If he's always been a bad guy, why is it coming up now? Like, I hate when they do that. It's like, like, this dude was going to be a Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame coach.
Yep.
And now he's a bad guy. You get what I'm saying? Like, if he's a bad guy 10 years ago, he's been a bad guy from 10 years. Like, why does it take an email now saying like you saying that he's a horrible guy every time you've been around him, but you're just now saying this because the story comes out and I'm not defending Gruden at all. I'm just saying, like, how we go from one day of, hey, this dude is all right dude and he's a good coach, and then he made a couple of mistakes. Like, he made a mistake. He legit made a mistake, and now you just trash him with like you just straight trash the dude. Like, hey, he's a scum of the earth, and he's gonna be banned from everything. You get what I'm saying?
They already took him out of the Madden football game.
Yeah. I think that's where I get mad, because, like I said, you have to allow for human flaw. We're flawed. Yeah. We're not perfect. And I know I texted the other day. It's like, eventually the cancel culture is going to cancel themselves, because no one can stay perfect. If you're going to dig up the dirt on every single person, they're going after every high celebrity, coach, player, whatever. They're trying to find, because that's what draws media. That's what draws attention. That's what would get your clicks. So that's the part where it's like, I almost come to their defense, because I'm like, dude, like, because I can't, like, to me, I put myself in their shoes, right? He's probably helped so many men. He's probably, he's been a commentator. He's probably given to charity. He's probably done a crap load of good stuff. And we haven't heard any bad stuff about this guy his whole career, right? But then there's these 2 emails of him using inappropriate language, yada, yada, yada. And now he's the scum of the earth. He should be removed from this. Like, we treat him like he is the devil, the evil. Dude, that is such a bad slippery slope.
And the other thing is, we don't know what context this was in. Was he asked a question? Was he asked his opinion, or did he just blurt it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is he agreeing with somebody? Did somebody start joking with him? Like, hey, we're like, I'm reading the room, we're having racist jokes. Like, I do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, so we don't know what context this was in. We just know that there's 2 emails 2 or 3 emails that like, hey, this is what it is, and I'm
Right.
like, and I totally get it. Like that cannot happen in a professional setting. Totally get it. You would be fired. I'd be fired. Everybody would be fired. That's on this pod right now if we sent something like that. I just don't. I like help me understand the full story. Like I hate to have stories, you know,
Right. Yeah. Or just, I don't
because
know.
we all three immediately defended him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
did.
know. We didn't know. Like, hey, he's a
The-
locker room guy. People always praise and stood, and then like
yeah.
out of nowhere, boom, 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 boom.
Right. And I think that's it. I mean, you take any coach, like you take a Dick Vitale or whatever, a legend, right?
Hmm.
He's one bad comment away from his
Hmm.
whole career being done.
Yeah.
That's what we
I
live in
guarantee.
right now.
I guarantee Dick Vitale said some racist shit. He just
Of
hasn't put
course
it
he
in an
has.
email.
He's 95 years old.
Yeah. He just
He's
hasn't
got
put it in
to,
the email.
bro. Yeah, he's just been smart enough not to get caught. I mean,
Right.
but I don't know. I mean, look, I get
But
the
you have to
message.
be. But today you have to be cautious of that. You have to be.
That's
I can't
today.
joke with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to be cautious. Like you said, you got to read the room. And he was probably reading the room on that email. It was safe. It was to a buddy. It was or to a coworker where they probably had mutual frustrations
Mhm.
about someone. So you let loose and you say something you shouldn't say. Like we all do that. Like that's where I get like, oh man, like it's so nitpicky and it's so I get it. I understand the time that we're in and I understand respecting everyone and don't label people something just because of their color or their race or their religion or whatever, but or their preference in men or woman, but we get that now, right? I mean, look,
Mhm.
we all grew up saying that's gay. We've all said that. I guarantee it. That's gay. Oh, you're gay.
Yeah. Still say.
Right.
Still
Now it
say
means yeah, or that's retarded. Or
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
that right. Those are
Oh,
common.
my daughter will check you as soon as you hear that. Oh
and,
my
and
god.
listen and listen
Yeah.
when I hear people say it, I'm just like, dude, I can't believe you're still saying that. Like,
Right.
dude, don't say that word. Like, but I also know they're intense. I know they're I know what they're describing something as being stupid or whatever. It's just the word that they're using. I don't know, man. It's like I said, it's just such a slippery slope with the way we're going. And I mean, we see with Dave Chappelle, with his special, of course he's getting, hated on because of how he's talking about transgenders. But I feel like with that special, which we can allude to it, they're missing the point.
Yeah. It's
Did you
hilarious.
feel that way, Richard? I don't know if you heard about like him getting, the transgender community is all over him, but
Yeah, I
Hey.
didn't think the special was that bad in terms of any kind of slanderous comments or anything, even with that. But yeah, they kind of like he even bluntly said it at one point that you're a minority until you
Your
have
time to be
a
white.
white card, right?
Yeah.
And he said, "Can you imagine being a black gay person?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like you're double dinged. So if you got to call the
Well,
cops, that cops ain't gonna ask who Clifford is."
yeah.
Right.
Well, it
That's
like
awesome.
what I took from the special is what he was saying is that we as a society have been more accepting of the trans community than we have the
Yeah.
black community.
And
We have
that's why the Black Lives Matter movement was such a big thing. And like I've said this before, it's like that movement before the gay rights movement just it was like it felt like a 2 year thing and everybody's accepting you get what I'm saying? And
I
like
do.
people still don't accept, like, so that's why, like, I agree with that,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I thought that was the point. I was like, oh wow, like that is, like, the whole even the whole cancel culture or whatever, like that has been more like you have to accept this or else. Where
Yeah.
the black community for years have been like, can we just get treated like the
Yeah.
same?
Yeah.
Like, can we not be looked down upon because of our skin color or whatever? So
Right.
I understood that's why I said in that text, I was like, what, for those that don't know, we're talking about Dave Chappelle. He's a comedian. And I think that's what he's great about is is taking that comparison, you know, and making a picture out of it, you know, if that makes sense. But I can't say I laughed hysterically at the special, you know, I mean, for it being a comedy show, but you know, I like how Dave can make you think a little bit.
Right. Richard did.
I loved it.
He did love it.
I was cracking up. One of the funniest things about the special, I don't know if you guys picked this out. There's a fairly overweight lady, like 2 or 3 rows back in the crowd. Starting the show, she's laughing, having a good time. About 30 to 45 minutes in, she's not laughing anymore.
Really?
Why?
Probably because she didn't like the
Like
the content.
Like what was going on?
Like the
But you gotta know. I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta know. Hey, if you're going to a comedy show, you're gonna hear
You're gonna
some
hear
jacked up
somebody's
stuff.
opinion. Yeah.
That's what they do. They try to take a horrible situation and find a funny, messed up angle to where you just go, oh man, that's horrible, but that's hilarious. You know, I mean,
Right.
it's no different than us finding out the news about 5 people getting shot with a bow and arrow. You got to find the humor
It's
in
like
it. It's
I
messed
shouldn't
up.
be laughing at this, but how?
Right, like it just I would be so mad if I got shot with a bow. Like so mad. I mean,
Yep.
really, this is how I'm going to go out with a freaking bow.
Yeah.
I was just stuck in your
Wow.
side. You're just like,
Wow.
oh, what do I do?
Hey,
Like, you
wow,
had to go
wow,
to the
guys.
hospital?
Why me, Lord?
Like, I don't even look like a deer. Imagine going to the
Right.
hospital and you'd be like, yeah, I got this massive splinter right here in my rib cage. I need it out ASAP.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
awesome.
crazy, man. Oh,
Ah.
yeah. So rest in peace, John Gruden. I don't know what to say. Oh man, that's funny. What else will we talk about?
Your boy Kyrie.
Yeah, you got to talk about that. I guess we talk so much about it. Good Lord, I'm so over it. But what do you say? I mean, you know, the dude doesn't want to get vaxxed. I obviously understand it. I don't think you guys do, but
I mean, I understand why he doesn't, but do you? I think there's more that plays into what he's doing.
It's bullshit. Yeah.
I think it's a different situation with. It's too many other things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just the vax.
He's not being forthcoming as to why. I mean, for all we know,
else would it be?
He may just not want to play half the game. Like he's
So what happened last year?
unhinged. Like he's always been,
I mean, I'll say there's something
that is just not the same. Like, I'm not gonna say not normal because it is what it is, but it's just not the same. Like ever since he played with LeBron, like you can tell there's something with this dude that is just different.
He tears up a team and he wants to do what he wants to do.
That's exactly what I said
Like-
when he went to the Nets. That's exactly what I said. I said when he goes to the Nets, he's gonna mess up your team, and that's exactly what's happening.
And I almost feel like when Harden came, he played a couple games with Harden and he was out.
Yeah, last year was. Yeah, I mean, last year he played the men's game a lot, and look, maybe maybe that's legit. Maybe he's losing his mind. You know, who knows? I mean, and I think it's understandable. You know, I mean, I think we've all lost our mind at one point with all this. You know, just trying to make sense of all of it. But I don't know, man. It's just I get it. It's $1 billion business. You know, get vaccinated, and go out there and play. But you have to put in consideration there are people out there that they're natural people, right? They want natural foods, they want natural vitamins, they want natural whatever, right? They may want the natural antibody. I mean, that's honestly kind of where I'm at right now. It's like if I'm going to get it, I'd rather get the natural antibodies and just deal with it, you know. But once again, I'm a little bit younger, yada yada yada.
Right. But that's where it's not for everybody.
So you can't force him. You can't force him or doctors or pilots or I heard that the other day that I guess a bunch of airlines have been canceled because pilots are being forced to be vaccinated and they're saying no, we ain't doing it.
Right. Well, hasn't the whole military kind of already went through this where everybody got vaccinated?
Dude, you step into the military before they even give you the basic training. You're stepping in a room with 12 vaccinations in your arm.
Yeah. Well, you're giving up all of your freedom. You're giving your life to the military, right? When you,
Right.
I mean,
you
I
enroll.
didn't even think
And
about
that's
that.
even before the COVID shot.
Whatever. Yeah, it's just it's whatever. I don't
Yeah.
even,
But
I
it's
don't even care at this point.
so this is where I'm in the middle of it. Like I feel like that people should get the vaccination. I have other reasons for it, right? I don't know. I'm a person that does not go regular to the doctor. I don't want to go to the doctor. I also don't want to be inconvenienced. I don't want you to be like, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, right? So I'm gonna take the shot just because I don't want to be inconvenienced and I don't want to go to the hospital, right?
Right.
Um, that's
But hold
Kevin's
on.
choice.
But just because you have the shot doesn't mean you're not going to go to the hospital.
Absolutely,
That's the issue.
that doesn't. But I also know that it's a layer of protection. So I know that you feel like you're healthy. Kyrie's a healthy athlete, so they think that they're. I'm not going to say above everything, everyone. They have
Right.
a better health than us, right? But Kevin doesn't know because Kevin don't even go to the doctor. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So and so
And I get that.
for me to for preventative maintenance, and so I don't have to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if I have something wrong or not. I'm going to take the shot because that's a layer of protection. It's not
Okay.
100%. It's not 100% that I'm not going to get COVID. It's not 100% that I'm not going to go to the hospital. It's a layer of protection to help me fight something. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. I saw what Jared went through. I saw what coworkers went through. I don't want that shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I
So that's
I
me. But
saw.
that's my prerogative. That's my prerogative. What I was telling you earlier in the week, you're like, well, they're doing this. There's a conspiracy to do this and do this and do this. Dude, they do whatever they want to do, suggestion messaging anyway. So that's what helped influence my decision because I don't want somebody to say or inconvenience me to the fact to where I can't do anything because I don't have a shot. You know what I'm saying?
But
Because they're
that's
telling
the
you,
problem,
they're
Kevin.
I
That's
totally,
the issue.
yeah,
Like
I
you feel
understand,
like you have to
but
get the
it's,
shot to keep your job, to be able to go places, to be able to
yeah,
do things. Like
yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't be okay with that,
But
especially when the
what are
data
you
is
gonna
all
do?
over the place. Huh?
But that's what I'm saying. What are you gonna do when it's in your face that the common denominator is going to be, hey, you gotta get the shot.
Yeah, I mean that can be the common denominator, but it doesn't. I mean, I just feel like you shouldn't have no different than the flu shot. You shouldn't be forced, man. Like you, and
Right.
especially
But I
especially when
but it,
lo- especially when a lot of the studies show getting the natural antibody is the way to get it. And then when you think
yeah.
about the people that have gotten COVID, if you have gotten COVID, why in the hell would you even get the vaccine? You've already gotten it. So if you are an
But
NBA player that's already gotten COVID, there's no reason to shoot something into your system that the studies that there's not much data about
so no
because
no
there
no
hasn't
no no
been
no no
enough
no.
time.
Let's rewind. There's different variants of COVID. You know that's right. So who's to say that I survived this variant, but this Delta variant I'll be able to survive that?
I don't know. I mean,
You get what I'm saying? Like,
right. No,
but
not really,
the
but
vaccine, but I know, but the vaccine is it's just a safety, man. It's an
I
extra
get it,
shield.
dude. I
It's an
get
extra.
it.
It's a sweatshirt. It's a
It's like,
sweatshirt,
hey,
bro.
it's like me taking allergy pills during allergy
Yes,
season because I don't want to get it. I get it, dude.
yeah.
Get it. I'm glad you
But
got it. I don't.
I totally do understand what you're saying. But I just know that's not 100% for everybody. Some people need somebody. Some people don't know that they have diabetes. They don't know that they have some kind of cancer and stuff like that, or another issue, because those are the people that don't have the immune system to help fight it.
Hey,
So that's why I got it, and that's why they're suggesting
I
to
thought you
get
guys
it.
were going to talk about
Hey,
this because Blake cries every time.
Oh God, I'm not
but you give
crying.
it, but
Hey,
and
I'm going to pick up Olivia.
okay, cool.
Heavens forbid we
The
have a real
only
conversation about something.
Yeah, the only reason that it is it's to the point that where they're telling you basically to get it It's because not enough people have gotten it. So it's just levels to it. But I've told
But
you guys from jump that it would get this. You get what I'm saying? That
right,
it's
but does it?
progressive.
Okay,
It's suggestive
it doesn't make it
messaging.
right. It
It
doesn't.
doesn't. It doesn't. I don't think that
Right,
part is fair. But
right.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, it's not even like I said, dude. I'm not against the vaccine. Like I've said it a
Right.
million times. That's why Amy wants to run her mouth, but I'm not against it. I'm just saying, don't force it on
Gonna run her
people.
mouth
They
regardless.
don't have to have like, dude. I don't know. I struggle really bad with it, man. Like, and once again, dude, like, such a small percentage of people are dying of COVID. Such a small percentage of people are dying of COVID. And we are making this mandate thing on all of these people that may or may not want it, causing people to lose their jobs, potentially lose their family, lose their freaking minds. It's ridiculous, man. Like, I'm sorry.
The, the
I
the
it
confusion
doesn't
to
sit
me is
well.
the openness. Just say that you didn't know what the fuck was going on, and then people will respect you more, right? Like, hey, we don't know this and this and this and this. We're gonna change this and this and this. It makes it sound like you don't know what's going on. Like we all know that this is new. We are all evolving with it. Just say that you're wrong and like, hey, we think that this will help fight it, and this is why we want you to do this, right?
Right.
I think that's what has flipped everything is true transparency has not been out there. So people are just mixed mind.
Exactly.
It's like where you well you fucking told me this at the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And now
Yeah.
you're telling me to do this. Like just be honest. Like I always tell people in customer service, like at my job, like, dude, give them the most realistic outcome. Because if you fill their head with this might happen, then they're gonna be shittier more shitty when you can't come through. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest up front. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, look,
I think
we've talked about it a million times where it's like this is going to continue to progress, and of course they're going to make mistakes. There's new data, there's new evidence, there's always something new, and it's probably going to be a long process. But even with that said, like when when they're still trying to figure out how it affects everybody, you're forcing it on people. When you're still trying to study it, when you're still trying to figure out what the long-term effects are, like, and then once again, people that have gotten the vaccination have also had issues, with blood clots, and I've heard it affected people with pregnancies, and that oh dude, I just
and
even
I
if it's a
also
small
think if the
percentage.
politics were not in it at all, this would be a lot easier.
Well, yeah, I mean, God, the whole presidential, election was the worst thing ever. But I don't know how much
Yeah.
the politics is still involved in. I'm sure it is, but
Right.
just you have to do this. Oh wait, now there's a booster. Now you got to get this, and now you get, and then once again, people that have gotten COVID, they're still trying to get them to get a vaccine shot or force in make it a vaccine. Why? Like, why are you guys pushing for even kids to get this when like the smallest percentage of kids are getting severely sick of this, like the smallest, and we're going to just let our kids just be test dummies on this, and they may not even need it. Like and I know you guys always want to bring up that there's been mandated shots all throughout our lives, going to school and all that stuff, and I get that, but that's also been out for years. Like, this is so new. I know I always talk about Rogan, but Rogan's had two incredible guests on. The most recent one was a CNN reporter, journalist, and he challenges Rogan. Rogan challenges him, and I mean, it's just honestly a really good conversation, like the way that we have it. To be honest with you,
yeah, the banter.
Yeah. I mean, it's just and CNN's the one that Rogan was kind of pissed off about because they accused him of taking horse medicine or whatever they called it, and they touch on that and stuff. It's an honest, like, good conversation. It's not like Joe's trying to get one up on the other guy and vice versa. They're just literally trying to figure it out. And I was listening to that one today, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, we've been talking about it for a freaking year. It's not like it's gonna go away, but I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with Kyrie. That's a lot of money that he's missing out on, and regardless of how much money you make, that's he's still got mouths to feed, and
I'm not even saying in Kyrie's not a bad person. That dude gives to the community,
right.
and he does a lot for his people. Like, so I'm not even saying that. I just don't think that it's all about the vaccine. You know what I'm saying?
It may be more for him. I mean, he comes out this week and he says that he's doing it for those that have lost their jobs because they're not willing to get vaccinated or whatever. But and look, dude, I don't know the guy. None of us do. He comes up in headlines from time to time and he sounds like a little head case gentleman. But I mean, I don't know. He also was isolated for multiple games last year, and I'm sure he didn't like that. And I hate it. I hate it all. I'm gonna move to the mountains.
Hey, I do want to ask you, like, where's all the conspiracy stuff come from? Like, you keep saying, what else can they do to you? Like, what do you think that they're gonna do to you? You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure that out.
I don't think I really dive into. I don't know if I really believe in I don't know what I believe. There's, look, we've all talked about it. Wherever there's power and money, there's some evil, right? So I've heard a lot of people talk about how this was part of Fauci's plan. Was he wanted to become famous, popular? Every dorky scientist probably does, right? And now everyone loves Fauci and talks about Fauci and he's this and he's that. So I've heard people talk about that. But I don't know the grand scheme of the government. I don't go down that path. I just go down you're forcing us to take something that is new, that there's not a whole lot, there's mixed reviews on it. There's mixed data on it. It's affecting people differently. Like, I'm not a freaking scientist. I'm not a doctor. I feel like I've listened to a lot of scientists and doctors talk about it, on various podcasts, and it's a lot of mixed thoughts and views. And that study's not correct because this study says this, and this is the actual numbers. And, this number is for those that are this age. And it's just this whole, it's just this whole back and forth of what I don't know. I just ultimately I don't like the control because if they start controlling, you have to be vaccinated to do XYZ. Then you gotta, and I guess everyone should pay taxes, but you gotta be a voter.
Gotta pay taxes. You gotta have a passport to travel outside the country.
Right.
You gotta wear a seatbelt to drive. But the control is already there. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm just trying to explain.
Okay, but we were talking about this the other day, right? Because it was a good point you made where it's like when you get a job interview, they do a background check. So they're getting personal. They're getting into your information. Some of that's understandable. You want to make sure there's no criminal record. If you hire someone, you make sure there's no criminal record. He's not on some crazy drugs, no domestic violence, whatever, right? Like that's all understandable. But to me, this is just it's just an added thing that I don't necessarily, it'd be no different than them saying,
it's almost like a build
if you don't have your flu, if you don't have your flu shot, you can't work here. What do you mean? The flu only affects X amount of people. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. You still need it. Well, maybe I don't want the flu shot. Like, I can't imagine how someone can't understand that.
But you know what they're going to say? This is your choice.
Yeah, it should be my choice. It should be my choice.
And they're still giving you that choice. They're still giving you that choice. You just can't work there.
Then I can't work, and then I got to go live off the government like 98% of people right now.
Right.
I mean, that's what's going to happen.
Now you can find
and then what? Job. And then then you're dependent on the government. Then the government has to pay you. So there you just do whatever the hell the government says. That's the plan. If I went down a conspiracy path, that's probably it. Eventually they just say, hey, if you want your money, if you want that stimulus check, if you want this, if you want that, you better vote, you better pay your taxes, you better take your vaccines, you better do XYZ. I don't know. That's probably the deepest I will go with it. But I don't listen to the big grand scheme of things or whatever, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll get COVID and die. Who knows?
It's a lot to still think about. But you do know if you do get COVID, we're gonna come at you like when Rogan got COVID.
And that's the sad part, Kevin. That's the sad part, dude. Those that are vaccinated want those that are unvaccinated to have it the worst. It's so messed up, man. It's division, bro. I freaking hate it, dude. It's division.
Richard got memes ready for you right now, homie.
No, he's been way too quiet.
Yeah.
He done with it.